Hello! This will be a tutorial on solving the 3x3 edges blindfolded using the TuRBo method. It's quite finger trick friendly and pretty efficient too. In my opinion, it's a good stepping stone towards moving on to a more advanced speed optimized approach. The reason I say this is because there's a lot of edge cycles where TuRBo is actually the fastest solution. So if you decide to learn the speed optimized algorithms, you will discover TuRBo has given you a head start. And what applies to any case is if you can't think of the speed optimal solution, you can just use TuRBo to solve it, and it really won't add a great deal of time to your solve. In case you haven't already gathered, TuRBo is a 3-cycle method, which means it cycles 3 pieces at a time, as opposed to a 2-cycle method, such as M2 or Old Pochmann. Now, although TuRBo cycles 3 pieces at a time, it shares exactly the same concept as 2-cycle methods. That is, pieces are solved by conjugates which are in the form of A, B, A prime, where A represents the setup moves, B is the algorithm, and A prime is undoing the setup moves. Throughout this tutorial, I will ditch my super awesome blind solving orientation for the convenience of others. A little while ago I posted a thread on speed solving asking what people's blind solving orientation was, and it appears that the most popular orientation is yellow on top and orange in front, unless people were just posting because they like the acronym YO. The buffer is UF, and you must use setup moves to bring 2 targets into the U layer in any of these 4 spots next to the buffer. Yes, 4, because there is UL, UR, but also LU and RU. That's right, there's no need to worry about what orientation the targets are set up. As long as they're in the vicinity of these 2 blank edges, you're going to be fine. Once you have the 2 targets set up, you must use one of 8 algorithms to solve the case. Then of course you need to undo the setup moves, which you made at the start. So TuRBo uses ELL to essentially solve the edges using U-perms without having to stress over the orientation. Now I'll show you a very simple example to give you an idea of what it's all about. Now the very first thing we need to determine is which pieces need to be cycled, obviously. In this example we have UF to BL to UR. Then we must set the targets into the U layer on each side of the buffer. Now UR obviously already occupies one of these 4 spots. As for BL, look what happens when I do an L move. The cycle now becomes UF to UL to UR. This is in fact a clockwise U-perm. I'm now going to finish this cycle by undoing the setup move, thus finishing the conjugate. When you're ready, you can proceed to part 2, where I'll go over the algorithms, which are very easy to learn.